Sometimes you just can't fix bad. And that's how I feel, especially yours, Kinley, is. It's bad. And not in a good way. Oh, I washed it and I conditioned it and I trimmed it and I layered it. And I still have bad. Really, really bad. Now, a lot of women were saying, or some, what about a lighter color? Especially yours is a company for black women. And this came in two colors, this and really dark. And in the picture, un moment, it looks more reddish brown, not black. I went by the picture. Don't do that. Now, in this magazine, there are Diane Carroll wigs, and I like that cute little silver one, which I think I'm going to put on next because I went against my own word and I did box up Hope and Gratitude by Gabor, and because the sewing was wrong, it's faulty. So I'm going to go change out of this, and I might play with it more, like to see if it could be lightened. But the problem is it's just, I got it to curl up on top, but it was like this high. And yeah, can't fix this one, I don't think. No, it was a mistake, $30 mistake. But hey, you know, that's life, and I'm doing life right now. You know, you can play with it and stuff. I might just, and I cut the bangs too short, I think. Yeah, well, I don't know. The bangs just would not cooperate. It was supposed to be like set to the side and then have cute little, but it didn't happen. What do you do when it doesn't happen? I think you give up and you do something else. There was a little girl. Back is nice and curly. If only the front could have followed suit. That's my coffee, and I'll be back. So I'm back to this one without the headband. I really liked the Gratitude wig, but it was sewn wrong right in here. And you could see the mistake, and you couldn't fix it. And then the permatease, trying to hide that was kind of difficult. Excuse me, I'm in my jammy top. I figured, what the heck, it is morning. This is so hot. I need to put the AC on. Oh my, she's unruly. So I washed and conditioned her, thinking that, you know, maybe I'd get more. No. It's very thick. And it's not the right, this was supposed to be like a cute little short, like chin length, and it's not. And I don't dare cut her. After the Kinley episode, I don't dare touch. You know, this one was $123, and girls, I'm becoming unenamored with it. And guys. So, a woman asked me, how can you afford these? Credit cards, and then I'll just pay it down as I can. You know, I usually always have, you know, without my car insurance and the gas. Oh my, could you imagine now if I was driving it? So I go to the Dollar Tree. I got 3 headbands. I can't remember if these were 3 for $1. Very lightweight. So I got a clear for if I had a darker wig. I have like a medium brown, which wouldn't show. Excuse me, I need coffee. And the little stray hairs that are everywhere, honestly. I did have to cut the lace down because it was just really, they left it too long. And you lose a little bit of hair, but with all this hair, who cares, right? So there's that color headband. This one's really loose. What's up with this? There's that one. This one looks best with it, I think. I got a lot of rave reviews from y'all. And what I do is I don't push the sides all the way back. Oh, that looks dreadful. Anyway, so I got headbands. Oh, mercy. Yeah, it's going to be a bad hair day, I think. I also bought barrettes from the Dollar Tree. I bought like 2 of everything. I don't know why, because I'm crazy. I had my husband's income. I had 60% more income at that time. So, you know. So I got barrettes. And I have no idea. I don't know, this just doesn't look nice. Pulled back like that. What did I try the Ignite? I'm trying to remember. Didn't like it. No. I don't know, this is a disappointing wig to me. And it doesn't come down far enough to cover my that's an oddity, isn't it? It doesn't come down far enough to hide your little hairy things, you know. What do they call those? Sideburns? I guess only guys have sideburns. I don't know. I'm not a biologist. The hair's just coming out of the woodwork. Do you know how many times I have to vacuum now? I don't know. I don't know if I'd wear this out of the house. I haven't yet. I guess I could use some pins and kind of pin this back a little bit. Oh, I wanted it to look like the picture, which was this cute little, you know, little... It was short, you know, shorter. I also want to look like the girl in the photo. What does Patty's Pearls say? Press, imprint. That doesn't work, Patty, okay? And this is a Gabor. I mean, this is supposed to be one of the better wigs, right? Oh, so, you know, a woman was asking, an older woman, how can you afford wigs? You know, I'm on a tight budget. I don't know. I think I'm more fortunate than most poor people because my food is paid for. Right now, my electric is paid for. I'm able to put some money aside because of that. I'm like, okay, this was electric money. Leave it in the bank. Also, I had a yard sale, and that was a $200 bumper crop. Plus, I had some other things I sold on Facebook, which gave me 30. No, I didn't get the whole 30. I got about 28. 28. 20. No, 28. We'll call it 38. What was that other one? 15, 38, 15. Do the math for me, will ya? I made some extra money, and recently Maggie sold a bracelet for me on eBay, and that's going to be, I think, another 20 bucks. It adds up, you know? It adds up to being able to pay this one off. So, you know, before, and I always try to pay my card down. I've got like, well, I have that one Toyota gave me. and now I don't have a Toyota, and I don't think it's like a Visa. It's called Morgan Finance. I think it's just for your car, your Toyota, but I could call and ask. And then I have a Visa, which I've had forever. So even when I started defaulting left and right, they kept me because I kept my balance at 0 with that card. And then what happened? I know I have one other one, but I can't remember what it is because I don't really use it. PayPal. I do use PayPal. I got PayPal credit, and I use that. And unfortunately, I have about a little over $200 on that. So I'm in about $1,000 in debt until like 2 of the wig things that I returned on my Visa have not come off yet. I need to call today to see if it has come off yet, and then I'll only owe $500 on that. So I'm gonna have 5 on that and 2 on the PayPal. I will be $700 in debt, but I have an extra, which I will not touch, $400 in my checking. I have $1,800 in my savings, and I got a little bit of cash stashed for a rainy day, just a little bit. So I'm just going to make those $50 payments on PayPal, and I'm going to see what I have available to put as much as I can on that Visa. Maybe like out of that $400 I've saved from electric, I'll take $200 and put it on my Visa. I just juggle. I juggle. Da-na-da-na-na-na-na-na. What are you gonna do? I mean, why don't you get a part-time job? My mother has a part-time job. Groovy. Don't you think I'd be working a part-time job and driving my car around if I could drive a part-time job? I mean, if I could work a part-time job? I got health issues, and right now my health issue is in my hip joint. It's supposed to they're supposed to go in there and clean it out. That sounds so awful. So I'm taking meloxicam. And the great misfortune of meloxicam is that I'm seeing things, hallucinations. It's such a small amount of people that get hallucinations from meloxicam. Well, I'm one of them. I'm like, what the H is happening to me? I didn't take meloxicam yesterday. I did what the doctor told me not to, and I took the Celebrex instead because the meloxicam was making me itch again. Oh, I hate when that happens. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to disobey her. I still have Celebrex, and I'm going to take one of those instead. They do not work as well as the meloxicam. By evening, I could feel the ache in my right hip joint. I guess like when I took that stupid walk up that falls in Maine, it kept rubbing the wrong way. It created cysts, and I guess that's partially an arthritic problem too. I don't know. It all sucks. Getting old sucks. I want to turn back time. If anybody has a time machine, I would like to borrow it. So yes, to you ladies who can't afford a lot, go to Especially Yours. Paula Young, I don't know. I'll try them again, okay? Because they're all wiggy. And I'm just going to have to get used to that fact. And I do like the fact that I have something to work with, something to play with, something to pretend with. I have hair. This is for black women, and you're going to have limited color selection, okay? But I recommend any of the Diane Carroll wigs, and I got some circled for my future purchases because, but first I have to pay down what I have, and then I would just love to order a couple other ones I saw that are just so cute. I think I'm gonna, what I wanted was a pixie with a little bit of length, like the old 70s shags, and that's what Gratitude was, but I'm not too grateful about it. It isn't right. The sewing isn't right. I love this one, but not in blonde. I'd like to try this one. It's a Diane. It at least has a little more length, you know. This is kind of what this was supposed to look like. Where's the similarity? Oh, I also want to touch base on. I heard back from my friends. You know, the ones that were Walt's friends that I knew from long ago. They got my card. Walt's wife died. He's fine, but his wife died. She was a smoker, and she was having serious lung trouble. And even though Walt is a naturopathic practitioner, he couldn't help her. You just can't fix damage sometimes. I remember the last time we spoke together, we were exchanging notes because we were both in the same situation, taking care of an ill spouse. They want to know more about what I'm doing, where I'm living. Good to hear from me. Remembers the cookout where I made shish kebab because they'd never had shish kebab before. Isn't that funny? Here they were in their 40s or 50s and never had shish kebab. Keep in touch. They want to move to Texas. I won't say where they are now because they're very private people. I won't say their names either. I don't like this. Well, you can use heat on this, and I just don't like this big thing. But I don't dare cut it because I feel like I overcut Kinley, and now I'm afraid to cut anything. And what is this thing that's happening here? I don't know how to fix this. I think I'm going to revert back to that cute little silver one. I don't care if it makes me look like this one's grandmother. I am a grandmother, and I need a facelift and a neck tuck. I think I'd look really good with some skin removed. You know what I mean. I wonder if they could take some fat off my butt and put it in my upper boobs, because things are going south and I don't like that either. Not that like anybody's watching, but I am, and I'm vain. A bald, fat, vain woman. That's different. Okay, so, oh, and I like this one too. Oh, is that cute? Come on, girls. Don't tell me you can't charge $29.99 to get this cute little number. I'm encouraging debt. I don't encourage debt. My daughter, my oldest one, has debt, and she's really having it hard, and I can't help her, which really hurts because I'm creating my own debt. But yes, I'll be good, and I'll get... Now, I have the money in reserve. I wouldn't have gotten in that kind of debt if I couldn't pay it off. And, you know, and that leaves you with, well, what about saving for a rainy day? Well, I still own the car. That could be my bank account. But if I cash it in, I lose my food stamps, and then I'm going to be using the car money to live on. I can't do that. So for now, the car is in storage. My kids get storage space for $10 a month, and they paid for me. And yeah, I'm going to be okay. I rambled for 19 minutes? I think it better be time to go. Yes, this was kind of one of those mindless mornings. But we did talk about wigs, and try Paula Young to that woman who's on a budget, or especially yours. See if you can dig up $30. Do you have something you could sell? Maybe a piece of jewelry, a chair, an extra TV set, something. If you have nothing, you could always try standing at the street light like a lot of people do around here with a little can. That was a terrible joke. Actually, I've thought about it. I hear some of them make a lot of money. You know, there's a lot of sympathetic Americans, and if you ask, they'll give it to you. You could ask for a coupon, you know, like a what do you call it? A gift card from Paula Young, or especially yours for your birthday, for Christmas, There's a great idea. What do you want for Christmas, Ma? I want a wig from Paula Young, or I want a wig from Especially Yours, or, don't forget these other more expensive ones. I like Wigs.com and WigOutlet.com. They're sister companies. Paula Young and Especially Yours are sister companies. A lot of them have more than one. Be careful for these Chinese scam artists. Look at reviews. I'm telling you, look at reviews. I was about to buy a van, and my daughter-in-law says, well, they have a Carfax. I asked for the Carfax, and she says, have you looked them up? I says, I just got their name. Let me look them up. Bad reviews. Ain't going there. I wanted a van because I wanted to take my stuff on the road, and then it occurred to me, you know what, Nikki? Stay here. Yeah, stay here. And keep selling your stuff on social media. My eBay account got ruined by one of my sons, whose name shall remain nameless. He was selling the wrong stuff, and he needed to get rid of the last of it. I let him use mine, and we got closed down. So 3 of us lost accounts, but that one son still has his, and there's not a lot of room for my stuff. They're trying to do their stuff, and though they've offered, and I get it, it's just really hard for them to. Listing takes time, a lot of time. The pictures have to be right, the description has to be right, and then you got to make sure you put it in the right place. Yeah, I lost a lot of money on eBay on a scrapbook. A scrapbook that should have went for $150 from the 1800s went for $12 because it was in the wrong place. And that's why I love flea markets. I make the price, and then we can dicker face to face, and I get my sale then and there and in cash. And that's why I wanted a van, but the price of vehicles are astronomical. I don't know if it's ever going to go down. And I don't know if Florida will ever be affected by a recession because people won't stop coming. As a matter of fact, my son who was driving, I'm going to go over my usual minutes. My son who drives Uber, one of them, he says to me, yeah, I had a real estate agent in my car. She says, I have a client with $400,000 cash and I can't find her a house. Yeah. What do you think of that? Who can sell? You can sell, but you can't repurchase. And an update on my apartment that I've been thinking, oh, this year I'm going to hear from them. Well, I called them. She said we had a big turnover 2 years ago, all people your age. And she said we only had 5 spare apartments last year, and this year I've only gotten 1 empty so far this year. It's almost April. 1 vacancy. I'm number 41 on the list. 41. Even if they could empty 5 a year, which they're not going to this year, obviously, it would be 8 years till I see an apartment. I won't be able to afford to live here for 8 years alone. I got about 3 that I can live here, but it'll become extremely tight, and I will not be buying any wigs at that point. But I do have a lot of paper to sell if the economy doesn't go belly up. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my morning chat, a little discombobulated, one of those words from our era. And take notes. That's it. Have a good day. I'm going to keep working on my porch, organizing, getting ready to keep pulling stuff to list. That's my goal for this summer. Make as much extra money as possible, because in July I would have to reapply for food stamps and Medicaid, and instead I don't know what I'm going to do. I might sell the car and try to make more money, and to hell with food stamps and Medicaid. Next year, it'll only be a little less than a year from July that I will get Medicare. But of course, they do pay for my meds. I can see how much my meloxicam costs. I know my Flexeril is very cheap, like $17. I could sell like a pack of postcards and make that, right? So, okay, that's it. I'm going. Nice chatting. Good morning. Bye.